Hi friends, my name is Akib and welcome to my channel Developers Point. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to push our code to the API and pull it from the API also. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. Let's begin. Okay, what is a get? Okay, we have written a bit of code now and we have created a database, and what we want to take a look at now is like saying our changes into source control. There are numerous reasons for doing this. First of all, it gives us a backup of our code. Secondly, it gives us version control. It's the main thing we use it for. We can see a history of our code as we develop our application, and another big reason for this is it makes our code shareable. What we can also do is we can publish our code onto an open source Git repository, a source code repository, where we can share our code with others and get feedback from others, and we can collaborate with them. But for other purpose of this course, it gives us a place to back up our code. And if you want to continue this course on a different computer or a other place or somewhere else, it's very easy to go. And you will be getting option to get your code and clone it onto your new computer, so that wherever you are in the world, you can just clone the code and just start to learn or do something else with this code. So here in my case, what I'll be using is I'll be going to use GitHub. It is the most common source control software that majority of people of developers use. And if you come to Git, the same .NET, if you come to Git, just go to your browser, and here what we can do is we can just search for git-scm.com. Just go here and download the latest version, whatever the version available for you at the time you are watching my video. So I'll be just downloading it and installing this. So what we are also gonna do is we'll be just going to a github.com, and then here, if you are not already having a repository, then just please go ahead and create a one. And it's very free to do, and it costs absolutely nothing to you guys. And it's a very safe place for you to store your code and have it readily available as a backup. Like as I said, should you wish to share it with someone else or not, it's up to you. You can make it private or just make it public. If you want to share with everyone, or also just select public. Sorry, just select private. So when we move from computer to computer, we'll be just pushing all of our code changes as a developer to our developer application onto a GitHub. So we can just access it from literally anywhere in the world. Of course, you need to go through some verification steps verifying your email or mobile number. So probably it will take a few minutes, but once you are done that, then come back and I'll show you what else we are going to be doing. And what else we are going to do is going back to this code, and we are going to open up our terminal window here again. So for all those things and those steps, I'll be just going back to my Visual Studio's code here, and I'll be just opening back my terminal here. So first of all, as we can see that it's a very low window and we need to work with the terminal now. So I'll be just expanding it here, and as you can see our application is still running, so I'll be just stopping it by pressing Ctrl C. Then now what I'll be doing is I'll be just going to a new terminal here, and I'll be doing okay. So I'll be just creating a new terminal here, and what I'll be doing is it's in the dating app folder. So I'll be checking the files which are present here. So I'll be just writing dir. So it says we have a Visual Studio code something, VS code something here, and then the API folder, and we have a solution file. Now if you have already installed a Git in your machine or something like that, then you should be getting the status of the Git. So what I'll be doing is I'll be checking for it. So I'll be typing git status, and I'll be hitting on enter here. Now it says fatal, not a Git repository. So it says we don't have any Git repository installed or something like that. So at this current moment, our solution folder is not a Git repository. So here also you can see that there is no Git or anything here. So what we need to do is we need to initialize the Git. So what we can do for that is we can just type in git init and hit enter. And this initializes a repository in our dating app folder. So install Visual Studio code. Now what will be happening it will have picked up the facts we have just installed the Git here, so it may show us the changes here. And one more thing, if you want to know whether the Git is installed or not after getting this line also, this line of result, then you can check here. Here we can see a branch called master or something in your case but default, if you're using it for first time, then it will be master itself. So like these are all the changes which has been done by using or like by initializing the git here. So these all are the files which have been changed inside this folder, and all the stuff inside this folder, like all the other changes what rather than what we have made, are not required to be stored in the repository. So what we're going to do is like we'll just take a look at these files. So as you can see here a lot of files are coming from the like bin folder, and as we go up, like we can see some of them are from the ops folder, obj folder, which we have hidden in the earlier videos, and none of these are like really necessary to be get stored in the repository because they are automatically recreated at any time we build our application. So what we are going to do is like we'll be just ignoring these files. So what we are going to do to ignore these files is like I'll just resize it here, and we'll be just going to our .NET CLI or command terminal. Here we can just look at it is like .NET new -h, and we can see like what is available for us here. Oops, sorry guys, I just made a spelling mistake here. It's like just .NET news, and we can just click on hit enter. So you can just like see what is helpful for us here. And so what we'll be doing is like we'll be just going back to our terminal, and here we can see like to ignore all these files we just will need to make these files ignored. So for that I'll be writing a command here saying .NET new git ignore, and I'll be just hitting on enter. So like here we get something said like the template .NET git ignore file was created successfully, and here you can see automatically the like number of file changes, like it was something 89 to 79. Now it has been fallen to 20 changes which we have made here. Now you can see like here like everything has been excluded, and it's not necessary, like as I said before, to push them into a source control or the repository. So like they're being excluded from the project, like they will be present and they will be coming back like whenever the project is getting built, but the changes which are made to those files have been ignored by using this file called git ignore. So now what I'll be doing is like I'll be just making it down here, and we'll be just going to a file explorer, and then like I'll be just showing you what the file has been created called git ignore and how does it look. So if you go to a git ignore file, here we can see like these all are the files which have been excluded from our project. See this, and it's a very huge file as you can see here. So like I'll be just going to the bottom here, and wait, let's just scroll. See, these all are the files which has been excluded from the git ignore. So these files doesn't take any changes, or like it doesn't show any changes that were made to these files. So like here in these changes what we can see is like here we are taking a settings like launch setting.json and app setting.json. For at this moment we don't have anything like at this moment. It's also a very important file. It doesn't say like it is not an important file. We all save our changes to our code like very important strings like connection strings and wagera, like we will be adding the keys there. But at the current moment now it's not a necessary thing. So what I'll be doing is like I just want to ignore it from the git repository. So just I'll be going to the bottom of this file here, and I will be adding a line saying like app settings.json. So what now happens is like it also ignores app setting.json file. So the file name is like app settings.json. So I'll be adding s here. Now you can notice like the here file name which has been green before, now it has turned into a gray. So what happens is like it has been ignored by the git. So we'll just going back to our changes and checking whether the app.json is present or not. So here we can see like app.json is not present here. So like here in this project, like I will be considering it as a very safe place to store our API keys, because like it's gonna be located only on our development machine. So here we can see the changes, and these all files look good to go to a repository, but I don't think like a database is necessary to go to a database, as we have created a database using the migrations, or like we have used the entity framework. So whenever the user is getting that getting that code or cloning that code from the repository, whoever the user is, then he'll be just adding the migrations and updating the database. That's it, guys. It's very simple. So I'll be just excluding it from the repository. So what I'll be doing is like I'll be just going back to that GitHub here, and I'll be just typing okay, so dating app.db. Now you can see that like auto changes has been done, and here the database has been removed. And now what we can do is like we want all these settings, or like we all want these changes to get pushed to a repository. So for that, like I'll be going here to changes, and here you can see a plus symbol. So I'll be clicking on that to stage all our changes, which means like these all are the changes which are ready for committing into a repository. So like I'll be just clicking on plus button here, so like it takes some time. Then what we can do next is like we can give some message here. So like what I'll be giving a message here saying that backend till controller creation is completed. It's just for my reference, guys. You can give some meaningful names, but for my reference I'm just giving some message here. So I'll be just hitting on commit here. So like we can just directly, what we can do is we can commit from here, and or else like we can just go to this menu bar, and we can see here commit, and here we have like commit staged. So anything is fine. Like I'll be clicking on anything, so I'll be presently clicking on commit staged. So like here you can see that it has been committed successfully, and now we'll be just going back to our Git repository, and we'll be refreshing it. Let's have a look at that, guys. So here what I'm gonna do is like I'll be just going to repositories here, my repositories. So I just have one repository here, so I'll be just clicking on new here, and I'll be typing this name as Angular project from scratch, and I'll give some description like, and I'll later fix it off. Okay, let's give it off like I'm just creating it from scratch to finish, and then I want it to be public, so it's not a big issue for me. And then what we'll be doing is like add readme, add git ignore. Okay, I'll be just taking out off, and then I'm just going to create a repository here. So after we have done this, like we have got some commands or like some code what we need to do next here. So here as we can see, like here we have done the git initialization, and like we have added readme, like it's not required. So like git commit first commit, like we have done the commitment also, like its main branch, we'll discuss it later. Now what we need to do is like we just need to git remote this origin, and we'll be just copying it from here. And I'll just go back to my Visual Studios here, and I'll just clear the terminal, sorry, and I'll be just pasting the command here, and I'll be hitting on enter. Now you can see the margin has been added, and then what we're going to go is like we need to go back to our Chrome, and then we'll be checking like what we need to do next. So here we can see like git push uorigin main. So like here we'll be just copying this line, git push uorigin main, and I'll be just copying it here, and I'll be just going back to my Visual Studios code and be just pasting it, and the branch what we are using here is a main. So I'll be just hitting enter. So like here we can see that failed to put some references to HTTP on GitHub. So if this happens to you, now what we are going to do is like we'll be just like we have committed some changes, then here we'll be going to like push. The branch master has no upstream branch. Would you like to publish this branch? Yes, I want to create a branch called publish. Sorry, called master. So I'll click on OK there. Now what I'll be doing is like I think the push has been successfully done. So like I'll be just checking here. So here we have no commits and nothing, like all the changes were committed. So like I'll be just going to my Chrome browser, and we'll just go to the repositories back again, and here we can see like the project is there, the repository is present, and here we can see like the push has been done successfully. And so by here, like, it is the end of that backend part. Now in the next video, what we'll be looking at is like totally Angular things, like how to create Angular project, and how we are going to make the front end thing, and like how we are gonna fetch the data from backend to a front end, and how we are gonna make HTTP requests. So guys, like, please go and watch my next video. I just request all of you people to please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel Developers Point, and make it a very popular thing. Thank you.